My name is Grayson Snellhart, and I am 7 years old. This is what I look like. This is my family, and my house, and my school. I was diagnosed with diabetes 2 weeks after my first birthday. That was when my pancreas stopped working. This is what my mom looks like when she's worried. This is what my dad looks like when he's sad. This is my insulin pump that I wear all the time, and my Dex that I wear all the time, and the candy I eat when my number is low. My name is Grayson Snellhart, and I am 7 years old, and I have type 1 diabetes. And this is what one day looks like for me.
It's always there. It's 24/7.
We are our children's pancreas.
We'll come down and do a check. I think breakfast is ready.
You kind of find yourself living in these 2-hour increments. You wake up, you eat, you take insulin. 2 hours later, you've got a test. 2 hours later, you're probably gonna eat again. You've got a test to make sure the sugar's in range. It's not like remembering to breathe, but I mean, it's pretty persistent. And if you let it slip, if you let it get out of hand, then you start to pay the consequences.
That's gonna be about 30, and then 2 more for some sausage.
My milk.
Your milk of okay, so another 6. We are always trying to keep Grayson at a certain blood sugar level that the rest of us are at that don't have diabetes. But so many things come into factor: exercise, activity, and stress. A lot of times, I mean, he's over it and he's under it and he's over it and he's under it, and he knows.
Flips on the balloon flag.
I'm putting more airheads and more Smarties in your kit, okay?
It's taking hours to get ready.
I know you really want to go down there, but can you put your
Stuff in there.
stuff in there?
Diabetes, you don't really want it because everything you do is just, you gotta get used to everything you do. Yeah. I have to be master of my diabetes because if my sugars go too high or low, it could be really dangerous. It takes a lot of responsibility.
I look at Grayson sometimes and see kind of this older soul traveling around in this young kid's body. I mean, Grayson has a lot of responsibility. He has to have a lot of maturity.
All right, guys, come here. Hey, everybody in, everybody in, everybody in, everybody in. 1, 2, 3, hey!
My favorite sport is basketball because I get to dribble the ball a lot. And usually right in the middle of basketball, my sugars are a little low, and then we have to test.
Grayson loves basketball. He really wanted to play. So I've got kind of a process where I'm allowed to sit behind the bench, and then we do a test right before, we do a test at halftime, and we just kind of keep an eye on things.
Take another couple sips for me, buddy. Take another couple for me. You're a little low.
He hasn't known a life any different, right? I think when he was younger, he probably thought that everybody's mom and dad chased him around the house with needles. But as he's gotten older, he's very aware of the fact that he's different.
One thing you won't like about when you get diabetes is you get a lot of cables on yourself.
Grayson's insulin pump site's probably about the size of like a nickel or a quarter. You have to, every 3 days, change that site because you'll get scar tissue, and as scar tissue builds up, the insulin can't get into his system.
All right, Grayson, I need you to relax, okay?
To say that you hate the disease, I mean, hate is a gross understatement. The more he's in range, the healthier he'll be. But you're working against a disease that always seems to have the upper hand. The statistics show that about 2/3 of the time, no matter how hard you work, the number's gonna be bad.
It's short term, it's dangerous. You know, he could pass out, have a seizure, he could go long term into a coma. He could lose his sight. His sight could be rendered problematic. I worry a lot about the numbness in his fingers and toes.
You know when you spend any time with Grayson that he is destined for greatness and great things. I want him to have all the miles on his odometer that we can possibly give him.
They call you cool nicknames in public. This is what my room looks like at bedtime. These are my toys and my trophies. This is the college I want to go to when I get older. This is what I want to be when I grow up, a teacher. Maybe I won't still have diabetes when I'm a teacher. Maybe we'll have cured it. This is what my dad looks like when he's hopeful. And my mom when she's happy for me. My name is Grayson and I am 7 years old. I've always had diabetes, but I don't think I always will.